3/4 of voters in the Ontario elections say they wish there were different party leaders to vote for in the upcoming June election, according to a recent Ipsos poll. Read more. Analysis: Ford leads as Ontario race starts, but NDP's Horwath may be the one to watch. The poll, conducted exclusively for Global News, found that 74% of voters across all parties wish there was another option other than Liberal Leader Kathleen Wynne, PC leader Doug Ford and NDP leader Andrea Horwath. Out of all the leaders, 38% of respondents said they thought Horwath would be the best premier, edging out Ford 37% and soundly beating Wynne 19%. The poll also looked at likability of the possible premiers. Horwath again came out ahead with 40% of respondents saying they have a favorable impression of her. Only 33% said the same of Ford, and 20% said the same of Wynne. Watch, this is really a change election. Ipsos. Daryl Bricker on PC versus Liberal saga pollster Daryl Bricker said while Horwath has an advantage on the favorability front, it's more neutral, since the other two have fairly high negative favorability. Andrea Horwath comes up better because she's less disagreeable, not because she's so much more likable, Bricker explained. The poll also asked questions on who was best described by certain traits, and Horwath came out on top in the most categories, 7 of them, including fight for the middle class, help improve healthcare, values best represent my own, and has the right temperament, and maturity to be premier. Ford won 6 categories including get things done, tackle Ontario's deficit, and sort out the hydro situation. Video. Kathleen Wynne responds to exclusive Global News poll. Wynne didn't win any categories, and there were another 6 where respondents didn't have faith in any leader. None of these leaders, option 1 categories including, deal with the traffic gridlock, someone you can trust, and, you'd like to have beer or coffee with. It also must be pointed out that no leader had more than 40% of the vote in any category. Despite favorability ratings, Ford still comes out on top of the polls as of May 8. In a previous Ipsos poll, Ford was set to receive 40% of the vote, while would receive Horwath only 29%. Read more. Doug Ford's Ontario PC party enjoys commanding lead over NDP, Liberals. Ipsos poll. Bricker said that shows that Ford's likability rating isn't the reason people are voting for the PCs. It also underscores the fact that the reason that people are voting for the Conservatives is not that they're enamored with Doug Ford. The reasons they're voting for the Conservatives is they are even more upset with Kathleen Wynne, Bricker said, so it's not like he's, this idea that there's a Ford nation out there that is rallying to his cause. It's really not that they're rallying against the Liberal leader. To that point, the poll found that 64% of respondents say the election is about making sure Wynne and the Liberals are not elected. In contrast, another 50% of respondents said the election is about keeping Doug Ford and the PCs out of office. Gender and favorability. Men had a more favorable opinion of Doug Ford, while his overall rating was 33%. Only 24% of female respondents found him favorable, compared to 43% of male respondents. For Kathleen Wynne, gender didn't seem to play into the results as much. 19.8% of male respondents and 21.2% of female respondents found her favorable. That's only a difference of 1.4 percentage points. Andrea Horwath's numbers did differ by gender, but not as much as Ford's. While 43% of female respondents favored her, 36% of male respondents did too. That's a 7-point swing compared to Ford's 19 points. Going forward with more debates and campaigning ahead, Bricker said Wynne has the biggest job to do with voters. Clearly, Kathleen Wynne is going to have to convince people she's not the person that they think she is. Bricker said. For Ford, Bricker said he should stick to what he did at the first leaders debate, which was not say anything that's super embarrassing that will cause people to truly run away from him, and not to announce anything that sounds, out of the mainstream in terms of policy. Read more. Ford a bystander in progressive-oriented Ontario debate. Wynne and Horwath both strong experts, and for NDP leader Horwath, Bricker says she needs to move the needle up from neutral to like. This Ipsos poll on behalf of Global News was an online survey of 789 Ontarians conducted between May 4 and 7, 2018. The results were weighted to better reflect the composition of the adult Ontario population, according to census data. The precision of Ipsos online polls is measured using a credibility interval. In this case, the poll is considered accurate to within plus or minus 3.2 percentage points, 19 times out of 20. Copyright 2018 Global News, a division of Chorus Entertainment Inc.